Now to our other top story tonight. City leaders are responding to a major development within the Portland Police Bureau. Want to give you a live look outside from our Riverview Community Bank camera. Portland Police's rapid response team will not be on the streets after every single member of the team resigned last night. The nearly 50-person team is trained to respond to protests and riots, tackling that responsibility on top of their other duties. These resignations come just before a planned gathering in the Pearl District. Fox 12's Drew Marine has reaction from local leaders and shows us what's happening there live tonight. Drew?
Yeah, we do know there's a planned gathering here in the Pearl, and we will be following that tonight. But this mass resignation has garnered a lot of responses, some saying it seems as though these officers don't want to be held accountable, while others, like Mayor Ted Wheeler, saying this last year has taken a huge toll on them. It's been more than a year since we've had the opportunity to talk with the rapid response team. Back in June 2020, the lieutenant in charge saying officers were exhausted.
People have this sense that we enjoy going out and doing what we do, even when it turns into crowd control. And I can tell you there's nothing further from the truth. We love our community. We want to serve our community and facilitate free speech.
Now, all of the team's close to 50 voluntary members have resigned just a day after District Attorney Mike Schmidt announced a grand jury indicted an officer on the team with excessive use of force while working a protest last summer. Some local leaders like Reverend Chuck Curry say the timing of this resignation will only further divide the community and police.
It was so disappointing to hear the news that these police officers were stepping back from their duties because one of their own is being held accountable for a potential crime. It will increase the distrust and I think also make it more difficult for us to bring about the kind of real, true accountability that we need in our city.
Curry says the way to achieve that accountability is through new leadership. However, Acting Chief Chris Davis says the resignations aren't only because of the indictment.
It's not just an indictment that caused this to happen. I think this really has very deep roots and some really just, I don't even have the adjective for it, just really unbelievable things that they have been exposed to and subjected to over the last 14 months.
Mayor Ted Wheeler sent a statement acknowledging the toll this last year has taken on officers, saying in part, quote, "They have worked long hours under difficult conditions. I personally heard from some of them today, and I appreciate their willingness to share their concerns about managing the many public gatherings that often were violent and destructive." Last October, the Portland Police Association Director Daryl Turner sent a letter to Wheeler and the police chief asking them to be more supportive of the rapid response team, saying none of them volunteered to have fireworks, bottles, and other dangerous things thrown at them. To be clear, these officers still work for the Bureau but have chosen to leave the response team. Today we asked Acting Chief Davis who will respond to potential protests now the team is gone. He says mobile field forces will be on standby likely through the weekend, and Mayor Wheeler says Oregon State Troopers will be made available as well. We also reached out to the Portland Police Association about this, and they say they're working on a statement. Live in Northwest Portland, Drew Marine, Fox 12 Oregon.